It's where you live, it's where you grow, it's where your dreams unfold. It's in every chapter of every story, it's more than just a home.
Hello and welcome back to It's More Than Just a Home. I'm your host, Joy Robertson. As Rick starts another home here in the Ozarks, our show is back at the beautiful transitional Nantucket home. Last week, Rick showed us how he installed these huge windows in this home. Today, Rick is going to explain why he's putting tint on the windows. Now, I might be dating myself here just a little bit, but I remember back in the 80s when we started putting tint on the windows of our cars. Man, we were cool in more ways than one. But you know, tint has come a long way since then. And in this segment, Rick finds out just how tint is used in today's modern homes. Here's Rick with Scott Conrad from Glass Tint USA.
So Scott, let's take a look at the windows in the dining room where we stand, and you can't even tell there's a protective film on here.
No, it blends really nice. It's a nice medium shade.
So when you say shade, what are some options when a customer wants to use Glass Tint USA for the protective film? What does that mean by shades? Is it tinting?
Yeah, so it's kind of all over the board as far as the percentage goes.
Okay.
So this is kind of a medium shade, 45%. You're keeping about 45% of the solar heat coming in. And it blends real nice. You can't even tell it's on there.
Right.
Darker shades you go, the more privacy and heat and glare that you can keep out.
Okay. So how would this compare to, let's say I want to protect the windshield, which I do on my vehicles. Keeps that UV light from penetrating you as badly in a vehicle.
Right. All the shades do the exact same for the UV.
Okay.
So no matter how light and dark you go, it's both 99.9%.
Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's on a vehicle or on a home, you guys do both.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about its durability.
There is a scratch coating on it. It is pretty durable.
Okay.
So, you know, you can clean it with just about anything. Really, the only thing that we see is stuff damage in it where if it gets hit with something. And that's about it.
Okay.
So
And
it's pretty durable.
Of course, the glass is clean, and you ensure it's clean before you install this into a homeowner's home.
Yep.
So you make sure everything's clean. Otherwise, just like the protective film on your phone, you're going to see anything between the two.
Yeah. The guys will come in, they'll clean it, prep it, everything, and then apply it and cut it.
So a lot of times we order windows efficient already. We order what we call a low E 366. It's basically 3 coats of low E. How does this improve upon that?
So this basically will turn kind of a normal double pane window into a triple pane window as far as the efficiency goes.
So a pane meaning glass segments.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we've got 2 pieces of glass here, the double pane. So it
Yeah, like even the
works,
best low
okay.
E window on the market can't do 99.9% of the UV,
right.
which this does now.
Nice.
So
I know in the past we were at a job years ago on Taneycomo. One of the things he fought was the UV through his glass on the inside of the home, and I remember Steve being there, and we held up sample pieces of the protective film, and it was amazing the temperature you could feel on your hand.
Oh yeah.
With the glass without it, and then you'd slide the sheet of protected film between, and instantly the heat would go away.
Yeah, and even on a lighter shade like this, you're blocking 46% of that, where we can go all the way up to over 80.
Right.
So
Another reason for doing this is basically you're improving the efficiency of the home. You've got all, if you turn and look, you've got all wood tables, you've got cloth furnishings, you've got area rugs, even your wood floors will fade.
Yep.
And so
everything will fade, yes.
And then you're looking at a lot of money at that point to get things back up. You're either rebuying your furnishings or your draperies.
Yep.
You're refinishing floors.
And this is just kind of a peace of mind where you know you're protected and don't have to worry about closing the blinds all the time. You can leave this open all the time. Okay?
What are some of the steps that take place in order to get the product on the windows themselves?
So we'll come out, we'll measure everything up, get pretty much exact sizes. Some of the stuff we can cut at the shop. Some of the stuff we cut on site, just depending on the application that we need to do.
Does the product come in roll form?
Yes, it comes in various different sizes. That way, you know, every window's a little bit different, so we kind of account for that. So what we'll do is we'll come out, we'll cut most of the stuff, The guys will clean the window, prep everything, and then install it, squeegee it out, dry it.
Is there a look of wetness that kind of cures out over a certain time frame?
It's going to look a little hazy, streaky. Could be up to 30 days, depending on where the home faces. After that, it'll be crystal clear, like we see now.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I know we use you a lot on our projects, and it's something that we, at the initial discussions on building our estimate, we try to include your product because we know the importance of it. And I think it's just something that's going to catch on more and more.
Yeah, it's gotten pretty popular over the years. It used to be everybody kind of went with dark film. Now they can achieve the same benefits with a lighter film, and you don't even know it. You don't lose your view. It just feels more comfortable.
Right.
So.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing the information on that. And this product is basically a lifetime product.
Warranty.
Shouldn't have to redo it. So they're going to have many years of enjoying a nice, cool climate temperature.
Definitely.
No doubt Glass Tint USA's tint will help block out harmful UV rays, but what about golf balls? Well, hopefully the homeowners will never have to find out. You know, cabinets are a huge part of the design process, but did you ever wonder how cabinet makers and interior designers work through the process of designing custom cabinets? Well, after the break, we'll get a sneak peek behind the scenes to see how these cabinets were designed, and we'll be right back.
It's more than just a home. Every chapter of every story, it's more than just a home.
You know, any realtor will tell you one of the main features of a home that most prospective homeowners communicate about during a showing is the cabinets. How do they look? Are there enough of them? Are they in the right places? Are they made of good quality products? Well, when it comes to new home construction, these questions are asked and answered by the builder, interior designer, and of course the cabinet maker.
So but this is what it would look like. We call it our heirloom finish, where you have a stain rubbed through.
Let's go behind the scenes to see how Erica Lee of Erica Lee Design Studios and Shelley Weiner of Cabinet Concepts by Design worked through the process of picking out the perfect cabinets for this home.
Hey everybody, today we are at Cabinet Concepts. We're selecting finishes for the transitional Nantucket. This is really the last stage of the cabinet design process. We usually hold off on it as long as we possibly can, as paint is tintable and fabrics and tile are not. So Shelly is ready for us and I look forward to it. Well, let's start in the kitchen.
Okay,
You good with that?
I'm good with that.
We are down to finish selection, so we're picking all the paint colors, the exact colors, the finish on them as shiny as it's going to be, matte, all of that. What is the stain going to look like? And then what Shelly's team does is provide us with some really incredible finishing samples.
But this is an example of a 10 by 10 the customer would receive for a paint color. So we keep one, the client gets one. So when Erica's doing selections of other stuff, she has it. And then
We've gotten into a trap before where clients or different people have just picked things online and you get a poor result that way. So Shelly's professional, awesome. She's got magic.
magic. We have more colors, but these are the big ones we have just right now, but we can bring more in.
Is this tricorn?
That is either inkwell or...
Tile is not tintable. We pick paint the very last thing in any project. So people are like, what paint colors should we pick? And I'm like, we don't pick that until the end because paint is tintable and other products are not. So we pick the hard surfaces first and paint comes until Shelly says, we have to have this by tomorrow. Then I come in and pick it. It's perfect. It's warm, it's not cool, it's not too blue, and it's not too gray.
I love it. So what about your white?
I don't know. Okay, let's go to the whites.
So
When we're designing a home, so Shelly's done the bones and I've started getting and fleshing out all the fabrics and things. What's really great is now we can put a little flavor into each room. We like to take the different colors and different textures and carry that through the whole home instead of each room looking like a different room out of Timbuktu. That really stinks and it just looks disjointed and uncomfortable. So our job is to take all these same colors and tones and mix them up throughout the house so it just flows and it seams and it feels really good. So that's what's really cool is we've got all that in. Now we just...
Yep, picked our color here.
Yeah.
So one of the cool things in this bedroom that you designed was that we have this nice, beautiful butcher block bench top.
Oh no.
So, what color do you want that?
So this is technically, it's not true traditional Nantucket. Nantucket is kind of a northeast, coastal, bright, fresh, pulls a lot of ocean colors in, I would say. And then we're calling it transitional. So transitional means we're taking traditional elements and we're adding new life to it. So it's in transition to traditional. So if you can tell, this rainwash color is kind of minty. It's got a little bit light. All of these colors are light and fresh. We are adding some dimension. So many homeowners just do all this light gray and they don't get any dimension in their home and then their home just kind of dies. So brightness doesn't equal light colors. Brightness equals contrast. So that's why we're adding some dark tones. In this room is actually going to be this really insane tile that is black and white and crisscrossed and it's really cool. So it's going to make this pop. I'm deciding, and with Shelly's expertise, because I can't make all these decisions, we could do this because it's warm and friendly. It has a little bit of the dark in it, or I'm good with this. Is there one or the other that you would recommend?
Oh, God.
Cabinetry is a huge driver. It manages the way that we function, the way that we live, the parts and pieces that Shelly has available to her to organize things, the organizing processes, as far as the style as well. And so many people, I'll start a project after Shelly's already met with them. And while Shelly does a phenomenal job of walking them through the project, a lot of times they're just all of a sudden bewildered and lost because they had no idea that cabinets really impact the rest of the design. And if you don't think things through all the way through, it's not that it will ruin your project, it's just you missed having a much larger impact on the project.
So my next step after these finishes have been selected is we're actually going to submit all these, get all the paint colors in. Once we have those in, we're going to do 10 by 10 samples, kind of like we spoke about here. 2 of each one. I'm going to give Erica a stack of samples that she's going to have for her records. We're going to keep a stack. She'll sign off on them if she approves the colors, if she really loves them, the homeowner loves them. And once those are approved, we're pretty much done with this process as far as the design goes. What will happen now is the project will go down to our engineering department and our engineer will get everything ready to go out to the shop.
What's left for us after we pick all these finishes on the design end is just watching the project go through. My job is just to babysit essentially, which Rick's guys really don't need babysitting, but it's nice to make sure that we don't make any mistakes, to just watch the project all the way through, make sure that everything that we've dictated is correct.
Thanks, Erica and Shelley. Next week, Shelley will be back to take us on a tour of the finished cabinets. You won't want to miss that. And an update on our Habitat home is right after the break.
It's more than just a home. It's in every chapter of every story. It's more than just a home.
Welcome back. If you're a fan of this show, you know we're following the progress of the largest Habitat home built here in the Ozarks. So far, we've met the family of 9, and Erica found out what parameters she has to work within to design the interior. The foundation's been poured, and Erica started meeting with Rick's vendors to see if she can get product for this home that fits within her budget. So today, Erica goes back to Mark Murphy, the builder of the home, to show him what products she's been able to secure from our vendors that also fit within that Habitat budget. So here's Erica.
Hey friends, I am actually pretty excited to be here. I've actually come in under budget. Never happens. Let's hope it turns out good. First, we went to Midwest Rug. Mike and I came up with a really awesome plan. We know that these folks have allergy issues. And so we're looking for something under budget. I know you priced engineered wood, but we're really excited about luxury vinyl planking. It is super indestructible. Well, not completely indestructible, but I think it will install really easy and be awesome, and I think you're okay with that.
Yep.
My goal is to get all the flooring under budget so I can get a backsplash in the kitchen. So maybe that's their extra purchase for their $500 thing. I just think that $100 that's a huge, awesome look for $100.
Okay. You know, another thing I can do to help sell it is
Twist
to
somebody's
go
arm.
and say, hey, these options are kind of outdated, and I would like to add backsplash to the
Yes.
$500 options.
$200,
And I can
$300.
ask, yeah.
Then this is what we would do on the shower walls.
Okay.
So basket weave just to change it up, make it look different.
Right, it's just not something we typically do, so
Okay.
we'll definitely have to discuss that with the powers that be.
I will pray real hard.
Okay.
I'm guessing we wouldn't put a glass door on that master shower.
They can always install one later if they want to. And as far as the cabinet pulls,
Cabinet Concepts could come and install them after the homeowner moves
Yeah.
in.
and do they have different color options, or is this the one that
This
you're
is the
wanting
one
to go
that I
with?
wanted, but they're gonna sell this to a really good price. Countertop, I just found this is Wilson Art.
You know, this being a different color doesn't bother me as long as we're in the
Okay.
right price point. So we are planning to break ground the week of the 9th, so next week.
Oh.
This is awesome, Erica. I really appreciate all your hard work.
I think that went really good.
Well, it looks to me like Erica's found the products that she loves and ones that fit right within the Habitat budget. So now I think it's time to start building the home. In our next update, we'll do exactly that. And we'll be right back.
These homeowners are incredible people and they are doing all these things for their kids. It might be nice to do something for them. So I'm passionate about that. I'm excited about it. I have to have this backsplash tile. I will donate it if I have to. Try not to make me do that though.
It's more than just a home. than just a home.
And welcome back. Last week we got to listen in as the designer of the home, Erica Lee, and the custom cabinet designer, Shelley Wayner, worked through the process of designing the cabinets in the home. Now that we know how those cabinets are designed, let's see how they're built. Here is Rick with Matt Wayner in the shop over at Cabinet Concepts by Design.
Hey Matt, what are you doing?
Well, hey Rick, I'm actually looking at the transitional Nantucket home that you're building.
So Matt, what are some of the things we're going to look at today?
Sure, so basically just look at the whole process.
Let's get started.
Okay. Yeah, so this is all the hardwood that comes in.
And this is all kiln dried, ready, pretty well ready to go.
It is. We actually test the moisture content. It needs
Okay.
to be in between 6 and 8%.
So you got red oak, you got walnut,
Yep.
you got,
Some white oak
White
down
oak.
there, some cherry down at the bottom.
gotcha. It's so funny how the blanks, they're not real attractive until you get it all put together. so.
Absolutely, yeah. All those sheet goods are staged according to how they're going to get cut. They
Okay.
get cut and they get put on racks.
That would be a phenomenal machine to see. Is it running today?
It is running. If you'd like to take a look, we can
Let's go.
Yeah. So it's a cool machine.
Yeah.
So you can see there's 8 tools in there that they can grab. You got your the V point and several different diameters. of
Okay,
cutters.
so all your cutting bits are all inside the
Yeah.
enclosed area.
Yeah.
So do you have a name for your machine? Have you nicknamed it?
No, we haven't nicknamed this one.
Oh man.
We do have a couple names for our machinery.
Yeah.
This is probably one of our most boring job positions.
Once
They-
you get it going, you
Uh-huh.
let it run.
Yep.
That was actually the traditional Nantucket closets, was it not?
That is correct. Yep. So
Good.
we'll be installing that one, just soon after the carpet is laid. We'll go in there and start putting up all the partition and hanging all the shelves for them.
Good, good. Well, that's a cool machine.
That's neat.
So what else can you show us?
At our builder's tables.
Okay, the building. Oh, in the back.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, let's go.
What would this be?
This looks like a hall tree, potentially. It could be. And that's exactly what it is. So,
Okay,
so
all right.
this is going to be a hall tree.
Okay.
It's
all right.
waiting for its face frame to be finished up, and
Okay.
we try to fasten everything so that the fasteners are hidden. So
Yep.
this side's going to go against a wall.
Okay.
These little pocket screws will then attach the face frame to the
Nice.
box.
Nice. Okay. And then once it leaves here, is it ready for the paint booth?
Once it leaves here, yes, it goes up to the finish room, and then that's where we'll take a look at putting on coatings.
Oh, let's take a look at that.
Let's go. So this is one right now. This panel is just stained.
Okay.
It's getting ready to get a sealer coat on it. Once that sealer coat is cured within 30 minutes, we can then sand it, and then it is ready for enclosed spray booth.
Nice. I know Erica chose lots of pretty colors, so we're
She
excited to see that one.
Yeah, they'll be neat.
Well, good. So coming here, this is probably the coolest part of the entire painting process. So this is a controlled spray booth, kind of like auto body spray booth, really. It just controls all the dust and everything. And
It does.
along with that, why is it so hot?
Because it just speeds up the drying process.
So you can
that
heat this room.
We can heat this room. It's heated to 140 degrees.
Okay.
So instead of waiting an hour for these doors to dry, it
Okay.
only takes it 20 minutes to be fully touchable and cured. So
Gotcha.
these were wet just 20 minutes ago, and now
Okay.
they're dry to the touch.
Yeah. That enables you just to move things through here quicker.
It does. It does. Finishing is one of our biggest bottlenecks, and in any way we can improve the efficiencies,
Okay.
we try to do so. And this was one of the investments that we invested in to speed up that process.
So it doesn't actually make the finish harder.
No, it
It
doesn't.
just speeds up the
It
process.
just speeds up the
for
drying
production.
process. Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So we have a room out here that
Okay.
all the drawer guides get assembled. We like to put on our doors to make sure they're fitting appropriately. We'll shrink wrap it, and then we'll protect it before we transport it to the job site.
Okay, okay. So we're basically at the last step as far as other than assembly. itself.
As part of the manufacturing process, this is the final step, yes.
Okay, good. Well, our job's done. Thank you for letting us tour your facility today and learn more about how cabinets are actually built right here in Springfield.
You're quite welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, now that we know how the cabinets were designed and we just saw how they were built, really the only thing left to do is to see how they look in this home. Here is a sneak peek.
I want to take you over here. You might not know what this is, but this is our refrigerator. We love integrated fridge panels.
Shelley's full tour of the cabinets will be on next week's show. So I guess that about wraps up the show for today. Join us next week when we finally get to check out the downstairs tile mural and take a first look at the landscaping at the transitional Nantucket. If you want to see these segments again and learn more about the transitional Nantucket, go to RamseyBuilding.com. And until then, let's get building.
I think that went really good. I think.
It's in every chapter of every story.